briefly about some of the objectives around the Climate Warrior Program. The Climate Warrior Program was founded by myself after I became involved in action on climate change. The first thing that I became acutely aware of was that people simply weren't aware of just about how critical some of the issues around climate change were, how quickly things were happening, and simply weren't taking action as a result. And the people who were taking action were really inhibited by the fact that they weren't being supported in the community. And so I felt, as a leader in the community, as a professional martial artist who runs a martial arts school, that I could play a role in getting other martial artists involved in action on climate change. In doing that, I have two goals. Firstly, to get my own students involved, and then to get other martial arts instructors who will hopefully get their students involved as well. So whether you're another martial arts instructor, whether you're one of my students, or whether you're someone else's martial arts student, or simply someone interested in taking action on climate change, thank you for taking your time to become involved in this program. Now, the Climate Warrior Program has three goals. The first goal is to create awareness, and one of the things that I've done with the Climate Warrior Program is to create the Climate Warrior patches that people who are martial artists can put on their training uniform. Other people can use them however they like. But you know, the idea of the Climate Warrior patches is to show to people around you that you're interested in taking action on climate change, that you see it as an issue, and to get people thinking about that issue. As we train regularly as martial artists, having it on our uniform means that people are regularly seeing that and regularly being reminded of that issue, because it's easy for us to think about it but then forget about it. So this is a way for it to be, you know, kept in our minds. So just creating awareness. The second thing is to educate people. I share a lot of articles online through Facebook, through the Climate Warrior website, and try and provide a lot of information to people. There's also links on the Climate Warrior website regarding courses and other ways you can gain information and become more educated around the issues of climate change. So climate change is quite a complex issue in some ways and quite simple in other ways. So I encourage you to, you know, at least have a basic understanding of some of those issues around climate change, and that in that way you'll feel more confident in knowing how climate change is potentially going to impact yourself. Then the third thing is taking action. So at the moment there's quite a bit of knowledge around about climate change. However, there's a lot of inaction by governments around the world. And one of the problems is that there's a lot of investment in the fossil fuel industry. Some of the largest corporations in the world, their business model relies on digging up and burning fossil fuels, which is what is the underlying cause of climate change. So they've lobbied governments and prevented action, but then there's also an investment that's required, a large investment that's required to move away from the fossil fuel industry and move to renewables. And to get governments to be willing to take that investment requires us people, to put pressure on the government and to let them know that's what we want. So that's the three goals of the Climate Warrior Program: to create awareness, to educate people, and to support people taking action.